A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant development on the international diplomatic front, Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi announced that the country is open to resuming nuclear talks with the United States, contingent upon receiving assurances that there will be no further military actions against it. This statement comes amidst heightened tensions following a series of Israeli bombardments targeting Iran's nuclear and military installations, as well as a U.S. airstrike that occurred on June 22. In a speech delivered to foreign diplomats based in Tehran, Araghchi emphasized that Iran has always been willing to engage in discussions regarding its nuclear program and will continue to do so in the future. However, he firmly stated that any resumption of talks must be accompanied by a guarantee that such negotiations will not escalate into conflict. Assurance should be provided that in case of a resumption of talks, the trend will not lead to war, Araghchi declared. He pointed out that the recent attacks have complicated the potential for a diplomatic resolution, making negotiations more challenging. Following the military strikes, Iran halted its cooperation with the United Nations nuclear watchdog, resulting in the departure of inspectors from the country. Araghchi indicated that Iran's response to the agency's requests for cooperation will be evaluated on a case-by-case basis, depending on the nation's interests. He stressed that any inspections must take into account Iran's security concerns and ensure the safety of inspectors. The risk of proliferation of radioactive materials and the potential for explosions from leftover munitions at the targeted nuclear sites is serious, he warned. Additionally, Araghchi reaffirmed Iran's stance on the necessity of continuing uranium enrichment on its territory, a point of contention with the U.S. Former President Donald Trump had previously insisted that such enrichment should not occur. Israel has justified its military actions by claiming that Iran was nearing the capability to produce a nuclear weapon. It is important to note that U.S. intelligence agencies, along with the International Atomic Energy Agency, IAEA, have determined that Iran last had an organized nuclear weapons program back in 2003. Nevertheless, Iran has been enriching uranium to levels of up to 60%, which is a technical step away from weapons-grade levels of 90%. In a related statement, Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian disclosed that the damage inflicted by U.S. airstrikes on Iran's nuclear facilities was so severe that the authorities have yet to access these sites to assess the extent of the destruction. This ongoing situation underscores the fragile state of diplomacy between Iran and the U.S., as well as the broader implications for nuclear non-proliferation efforts in the region. The international community will be watching closely to see how this situation unfolds and whether diplomatic channels can be reopened in a manner that ensures regional stability and security. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.